Uh, Most people were buying gas stations in the South. Um, they were a lot cheaper. Back in the 60s, you can get a gas station for like $5,000. Like, what's that, Midland, Odessa, them West Texas Metro gas stations. Now they prices were soaring. Now this guy owned three of them, and he was raising the prices of fuel as little as they could, and they were trying to absorb the price increase because it was cutting into the profits. But the wholesale price went up like 21%, so the price at the pump went up like 11%. So it wasn't the first time the math was going in the wrong directions. So they didn't make a profit on the fuel in like about 10 days. So they sold fuel essentially at cost. And when you start selling things at cost, of course, you're not making revenue. So it's not going to take into account all the incidentals. So you're looking at processing fees from credit cards. You got wear and tear on equipment that's going to need maintenance and fixing. You got all this cost. It's a popular misconception that store owners are all wealthy. Your fuel is a volume thing. You've got to sell a lot of fuel to make a little bit of money off of it. And that's what people have to remember. 15 cents a gallon on average is what they call the National Association of Convenience Stores. That's what you're supposed to make, 15 cents per gallon. But about 80% of the gas that's purchased in the U.S. is sold by convenience stores. You didn't know that, did you? 80% is sold by the convenience store. The companies making the most money when oil prices go up, those are the ones that's going into the extractions. You got energy analysts for the research. You got the Third Bridge retail gas line people that's out here going for the lowest margins, right? Putting the oil out of the ground is another step. Crude oil accounts. When the price of oil is like $100 a barrel, which is really 42 gallons of about crude oil, you're looking at $2 and about 40 cents per gallon. See, the oil is then refined into gasoline. Then that's transported to a gas station, which adds more to the cost. So next time you're thinking about owning a gas station, you have to understand what crude oil is. It accounts for roughly half of the cost of the gas. So if the oil is $100 a gallon, which you remember is 42 gallons, and it's $100 a barrel, and crude oil is at $2.40. The oil is refined into gas and transported to the gas station, which is going to add to all your costs before the government shows up. Then the price driver is going to pay at the pump for probably about 60 cents per gallon on average. That's state and federal taxes. Okay? Then the people who own the gas station, whether it's you or it's the company, they have to refill the underground storage tanks often. So if you don't have to sell the gas at the price that'll cover the cost of the next order. The problem is it doesn't matter what the 10,000 gallons are of the fuel. It matters what's going to cost to replace the next load. It's always the next load. So you can't just say, I'm going to buy a gas station. That doesn't make any sense. You have to know what it details. You have to know every bit of information that goes into owning a gas station. Well, with the uncertainty with the Ukraine war, which is holding up a lot of oil, making things very expensive for us here in this country. If there was a time not to want the situation from just pure gas at a price standpoint, this is the time. What they mean by convenience store selling gas, for the person that asks, is the fact that if you go to a 7-Eleven, right? 7-Eleven normally has a gas station. Every gas station normally has food and beverage. They consider that a convenience store. So 80% of the gas stations are convenience stores. Yep. Well, it's a lot of stuff to figure out. Like they have a supply crunch that drives prices to record levels. Like let's say it's for spring break, so they have the prices go to a certain extreme where people are going to spend money. They have the summer blend gas, which typically get phased into the systems. It costs about 10 to 30 cents per gallon. Holidays, they kind of go down a little bit to try to make it easier for people that's going to be traveling, doing a lot of traveling on the road. It's going to be a lot of people taking vacations that come into play. And it's competitive with the gas prices from station to station. So, yeah, when they go into the store, you can make money off the transactions. But if you look at the convenience store association, found that what about 60% of the people who came in for gas, they go inside the store to buy something from the store. So even though pay at the pump is convenient and they don't have to go in the store, they go in the store because it's something they want to get. It's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to that because, well, when you start looking at the 80% of the transactions that come from gas are used on credit cards. So eventually that will hit all the consumers when that credit card bill comes in. The interest rates. That's when they will see it. Because you're hit by the inflation, the product storages. When you go to the gas station, you just swipe your card at the gas station and you use your credit card or whatever to pay for the gas. That's all you know. You're just paying that card off. But that interest rate comes in. That's when you start to see the number inflation. There's 20% increase on all the costs: milk, eggs, juice, dairy produce, all of it affected by gas. Because the delivery trucks, the gas on the road, the travel back and forth, all the transportation, that's where the cost is. So everything else is going to rise if gas is up. Yeah, they want the people that's buying the gas. Normally it's a family car. They want to get out. They want to go in the store. They want to buy chips. They want to buy juice. They want to get a drink. That's why they have that conveniently there. Most people that own the gas stations, the majority of them work there, unless it's a franchise. Most of them started in the 60s or longer. So it's kind of hard to break in and get your own gas station with your own name. You mostly have to buy a brand. Absolutely. So now you know that business and what it takes. Thanking you.